Yellow, yellow, hey, how's it going? What's up, Dylan? How you doing? How'd your stream with Frank go earlier? What is up, James? Nicholas? Sleepy Time Joe and Ray. Have I ever streamed this late? God, you know, I have, but like, I don't know when the last time I did stream this late was. Mario Mon good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. This stream just sort of came up out of the whim. I was gonna stream earlier today, but then my main monitor, as I was telling you, Dylan, my main monitor just completely is done. It's gone now. So I had to rearrange my entire desk to make work with the two monitors that I still have active. It just sort of killed the mood. Team Sonic Rumble. But this stream is just gonna be like a chill stream, just like a little small, like, yeah, no, it doesn't monitor any. Sonic came along and he broke the monitor, thinking that he was gonna get a ring out of it. There was no ring at the end of the day. How unfortunate. Just made my life harder. I don't know if I'll be streaming Rumble in this stream. I mean, I might play a little bit of it, but again, it's just more so just a chill stream. You're more than welcome to hop in a VC if you want, Dylan. I understand if you're busy, but again, just a vibe stream. You got Doom Dark Age ads. Nice. I am looking forward to that game. But I'm probably gonna have to get it on a console because I don't think my computer can handle it. It can barely even run the Oblivion remaster, believe it or not. I was shocked to see that it can't even really run Oblivion that well. I don't want to have to buy a new graphics card, man. I really don't. Those things are expensive, and they're about to get even more expensive coming up. So I'm probably, anything that's next gen, like true next gen games, I'm probably just gonna get it on console. Just to save myself the hassle, I'm probably gonna get Crossworlds on console as well. I don't see that as strange considering that Microsoft owns Blizzard now, so makes sense. Just another place to get it, I suppose. We get Crossworlds on Xbox or Steam Deck, but seems hefty. Like, I would get Crossworlds because... I would get Crossworlds for PC because of the mod potential that could come out of that game. But on top of that, like... I don't know, it's made in Unreal Engine. I think it's Unreal Engine 5. I don't know which Unreal Engine it is, but it is on Unreal Engine, and... certain games made with Unreal Engine just aren't really that well optimized for PC play, so I'm probably just better sticking to getting it on console, honestly. Unreal Engine, as good as an engine as it is, and it makes the games look beautiful, don't get me wrong, it has a lot of optimization issues when it comes to PC at least, so... I'm definitely probably going to limit myself when it comes to that. Also, new haircut. Ayo, had to get a refresh. My hair was getting too long. And finally was able to go out and get my hair done, so. But, you know, I'll probably be back in the same situation as I was, where it's all just big and floofy. And then I'll wait to get mine cut again within the next half year. Yeah, no, and then I'm still a little tired because last night I stayed up quite a bit with some friends because they were camping out the websites for the Switch 2 pre-order to go live. So I was like sort of sitting there with them and like trying to help them figure out which website to go to, trying to coordinate with them getting the pre-order set up and whatnot. And unfortunately, it does. I don't know if they got their pre-order online, but they were able to go to GameStop this morning and actually pre-order it through GameStop instead. So kudos to GameStop. Yeah, I saw that Shadow Generations is going to be a game key card only, which is really strange. On top of that, you're not allowed to get an upgrade through just having the normal Switch version. So you're having to pay full price again if you want it on Switch 2, but also at the cost of it taking up storage space on your Switch 2, because that's what the game key cards are. They're just a physical version of the game, but it's not like the actual game on a cartridge. It's just some of the game on the cartridge, and then you download the rest to your console. It's kind of stupid, kind of pointless. I don't know what's up with that. Low-key not get one at all, considering it, unless there's a sale. Probably same here, same difference. Like, I'm sure some creators may get, like, I don't know, they may get like a copy of it for free. I don't know. But I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna stick to Shadow Gens on PC because that's where I have it. It runs perfectly fine on PC. I'm okay without it on Switch. And if you already have it on Steam and you have a Steam Deck, then you're pretty much set. You don't really need it on Switch too. Yeah. Which I'm surprised that Monkey Ball Rumble hasn't made its way over to Steam yet, or I'm not sure if they ever were playing. Because like it's so weird because on the screenshots for the Switch, it showed, or at least one of the screenshots on Switch. I'm sure it's probably changed by now. What was that? I don't know, something just popped up on my screen and went away. Anyway, before the game went public or live on Switch, there were some screenshots that came out for the eShop when you went to pre-order it, and one of the screenshots had like a spacebar UI for Monkey Ball Rumble, so I'm assuming it would come to PC at some point. I mean, the other Monkey Ball games are on PC, so I don't know. I don't know why that would just be a Switch exclusive thing. And it doesn't seem like they're doing anything in regards to Monkey Ball Rumble for the Switch 2 either, which is really interesting, considering that we have Yakuza 0 comes out. They're doing a director's cut for Yakuza 0, which I'm gonna have to get because I love Yakuza. I love the Like a Dragon franchise so much, and the director's cut just seems like such a cool idea. Unfortunately, it is exclusive to the Switch 2 first, and then it'll come out later. So I'm definitely getting a Switch 2 for the Yakuza 0 director's cut. Like, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 is getting a Switch 2 release, but again, no extra added content to it. It's just the same game going to Switch 2. Shadow Gens is going to Switch 2. I want to say there was a couple other Sega games that they said were coming to Switch 2 at launch, but like, I feel like I'm more surprised that Monkey Ball Rumble wasn't part of that, or Monkey Ball Banana. Is it called Banana Rumble? I think it's called Banana Rumble. Surprised that wasn't part of the list, or the lineup at least. Do I like Mario? I'm weird when it comes to Mario. Because, like, it's not like I don't dislike the franchise or anything like that, but, like, I'm very picky with Mario. I don't know what it is. I'm very picky with Mario. I don't like 2D Mario. 2D Mario is just boring to me. I don't know why. I can't get behind 2D Mario. 3D Mario is definitely where I'm more interested, but also at the same time, I'm not too interested in 3D Mario. The things that appeal to me when it comes to Mario are pretty much the spin-offs, which is really weird because, like, I really enjoy, like, Luigi's Mansion And just recently, I've been going through Donkey Kong Country, and I've been really enjoying the Donkey Kong Country games. But when it's just a standalone Mario game, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know. Like, I do have some fun times playing through Mario 64 co-op with Dylan and Frank and Pup whenever we're just chilling. You know, I'll always go back and play 64 for a good time with friends. Sunshine is probably my favorite 3D Mario title, which is a shock to most because I know a lot of people that are 3D Mario fans hate Sunshine with a burning passion. Because it does everything backwards from what 64 did. And then Odyssey, like, I really enjoyed Odyssey, don't get me wrong. Odyssey is a beautiful game, fantastic game, but whenever I pick the game up and play it, I just don't have as much fun as I did when I first played through it. It's just, it became one of those games where it's like sort of a one and done kind of thing for me. I mean, maybe in the future, I'll have like an epiphany and be like, okay, let's go back and play Odyssey again. But even after beating Odyssey and trying to go back and collect the rest of the, what are they just called moons? Are they called moons or not? I forgot what they were called. But going back and trying to find the rest of the moons, I didn't care for it. I wasn't having fun. I think, I got into a conversation with my friend Uncle Al about this, Power Moons. Power Moons. Is that actually what it's called? I don't think it is. Hey, Hasco, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Unleashed metal trauma for you? I don't know. I was talking to my friend Uncle Al about this. I can't remember if I mentioned it. It is called Power. Really? Okay, interesting. Was it really that simple? I thought it had. You know what, Dylan? I might be remembering something that was made up by Fellboat. I think Fellboat, when he was doing his playthrough of Odyssey, he called them something else, and it just sounded more fun than Power Moon. So maybe that's why I'm thinking that it was named something other than just Power Moon. I forgot what Fellboat called them, but I remember it being something fun. Like, it had a very fun ring to it. I forgot what it was called. Hey Barry, how's it going? Your older brother loves Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed is a fantastic game. Not the game that I personally would like coming from a Sonic game, or a 3D Sonic game, but it is a good game for the most part. But yeah, no. When it comes to Odyssey, me and Al talked about this for a good bit. I can't remember when we talked about it, but we said the one thing that we thought kind of killed the momentum for us was, and I mean, I know how convenient it is, especially in Mario 64, when you're able to collect a Power Star and then continue doing what you were doing in that level. Like, there are definitely ways you can incorporate that into modern Mario or 3D Mario and make it work, for sure. But, like, when it just became so, like, I guess so easy to just come across a Power Moon. Like, you know, you roll into this cardboard box or something, and there's the Power Moon. It just didn't really feel as rewarding as it was when it came to, like, doing something challenging as you would in, like, Mario 64 or Mario Sunshine. So having that consistent, like, reward just happen because you touched grass, so we gave you a moon, just felt less rewarding to me. So, like, going back and trying to find the moons just became more of like a fetch quest to me rather than actually playing the game. I don't know. Mario Kart World is $109 in Canada. Games are just too expensive, man. Games are too expensive. What's up, Barry? I can't remember if I said hello to you, but hope you're doing well. Also, hope you're doing well, Hasco. When do you think Smash Ultimate for Switch 2 is going to be announced? I don't know, because we know Sakurai is working on Kirby Air Ride 2, or Air Riders, which I'm personally really excited for, because I adored Kirby Air Ride growing up. Like, I grew up with Kirby Air Ride, and I played the mess out of it. Like, dude, that would be like the game that I would just boot up and play on GameCube, like, for weeks. I wouldn't touch any other game but Kirby Air Ride for weeks, because I was so interested in how different of a racing game it was, compared to other games. So I really enjoyed that. So when it comes to Smash Ultimate getting released, or I guess an upgrade for Switch 2, I don't know. I feel like we would have already seen them announce it by now, honestly. I think that would have been one of the first games to be announced at the Direct for Switch 2. Play Air Ride on stream, City Trial. I haven't played City Trial in like ages, dude. I would love that. We need to get some people in on it. Also, hey, Sonic Central or Vilcomia, how you doing? I know it's really late for you though. It's like, God, I don't. It's past midnight for you. I know that for a fact. 2 a.m. Yeah, I knew it was up there. It was somewhere. Any predictions for when Crossworlds will release? I don't know, because like from the beta that I played, or well, most people played that got in on it. I think for the most part, the majority of the feedback that they got was just that the item balancing was kind of off. There were some connection issues here and there for sure, but not as frequent. I don't think, at least I didn't really come across many frequent connection issues. Maybe like once or twice, but like very rare. Like, it felt like a finished product that just needed a little bit more fine-tuning to it. So my guesstimate is still like May, June. And I know a lot of people, I got into this with my friend Sen the other day. He was talking about, like, you know, should they delay Crossworlds because of Mario Kart World? It was like the topic, and I was just like, no. No, they shouldn't. Like, I know that, like, from a standpoint, Mario Kart World 100% is going to probably appeal to more people than Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I can definitely get behind that. Is it July? Mario Kart World comes out June 5th, the same date that the Switch 2 comes out. I'm not sure if they even gave an estimate of when Crossworlds would be coming out, but like, and the reason why I think Crossworlds can come out around the same time as Mario Kart World is because Sega's clearly at an advantage right here, and it's not just who's the better kart racer at the end of the day. You know, that's definitely why people like to compare Crossworlds and Mario Kart World side by side. They're two separate games that are trying to accomplish two totally different things. So obviously, you know, World will have more to offer when it comes to like open space and open tracks compared to Crossworlds. But like, Crossworlds is trying to do something completely different from what Mario Kart's trying to achieve. But on top of that, just advantage-wise, Sega could come out and charge less for Crossworlds. Crossworlds would still be probably within the you know, like the $50 to $60 range maybe, and digital deluxe is probably going to be like $70 or something like that if it does end up being 60. If not, it'll be $50 for just the game and then $60 for digital deluxe. And see, that already will get people more invested into trying that out compared to Mario Kart World, because like Mario Kart World's launching full price $80, and yes, there are people that have bought tons of stock for Mario Kart World. Like I saw so many people reporting on Twitter that like there were certain sites that were selling out of Mario Kart World when pre-orders opened. Now, whether that actually be people that were actually interested in buying the game for themselves with their Switch 2, compared to the amount of people that would be getting it just to scalp it, there's really no data to really figure that out, because it could literally be that somebody went in and bought like a ton of copies on separate accounts just to try and scalp it for whenever launch comes around. But like Crossworlds has something that Mario Kart World doesn't, and that is crossplay. And that is the one thing that will 100% keep Sonic Crossworlds alive. Like, this game is not gonna die because Mario Kart World's coming out around the same time that it comes out, if it does come out around the same time. Crossworlds having crossplay is a beneficial factor for Sonic, and has been something that people have been requesting for ages. Like, it is definitely needed for Crossworlds. So, like, you know, at least it'll have crossplay. It'll be cheaper. On top of that, I know this is a very niche thing, but Mario Kart World is getting rid of the customization for carts, which I kind of personally dislike, because I really enjoy the customization features that Mario Kart had from 7 and 8, and like I liked having fun customizing my own car. I don't care about what parts made my car go faster, what the meta was. It was just fun being able to customize the car and see the different like little things that I could come up with. So Sonic Crossworld's coming out with a full-on customization feature for cars and the extreme gear. Just I'm already more sold for Crossworlds than I am for Mario Kart World. Small little tangent though, and I'll answer your question in a minute. Sleepy Time Joe, I see it. Actually, you know, I'll just answer real quick. The multiplayer mod for Shadow Gens looks really sick. I don't know if it's out now or if it's just like something that's in early access to some people, but I do want to try and get a few people together for a Shadow Generations multiplayer showcase, or just a stream or something like that. That'd be fun. I think I also saw someone, it might be the same people behind it, that's making a Frontiers multiplayer mod as well. So I'm very interested and invested in seeing what those are. But back to my tangent. Nintendo. I can race as a cow. I can race as a dead fish. Can race as pretty much any Mario enemy you can think of under the sun. But I can't play as EGAD. I can't play as EGAD. A character that is beloved by many. No, Diddy Kong too. Watch, I'm betting you. I joked about this with Al the other day. Remember when Mario Kart Tour on phones had like the character purchases? Like you could purchase a character if you didn't have them already. I said the return of $40 Diddy Kong. Like, I could 100% see them doing separate DLC to include characters that you likely want to play as for an upcharge of like 20 bucks or something like that. Maybe. I don't know. For a game that's coming out and is worth $80 at the start, I don't think you need DLC. The game should already have the content in it that makes up for spending $80. And that content should last you a good while if it's $80 out of the box. But, like, the content that I saw just does not look like it's worth $80. We all love gambling? Dude, I love gambling. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't gamble. I'm gonna fix the chat. I'm gonna put chat right there. That looks better. It's a nice background. Now this is just sticking out like a sore thumb. I can't really share my third monitor because my third monitor no longer exists. Gambler card. Oh man, I don't know. Really, the only reason that I really want to switch to, aside from Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, is that new Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Bonanza. That looks really fun, and I really do want to give that a shot. Like, especially with me just recently getting more into Donkey Kong, I think I definitely want to give Bonanza a go. Prediction for Frontiers 2 price. Well, I hate to say it. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's hard to say because, like, I feel like Sega's made a statement before saying that they want to keep making their games affordable for people. But again, with the way things are changing in the gaming industry and with the precedent that Nintendo has started with variable pricing. I hate that term so much. It could be high up there, yeah. It could be high up there, and yeah, it will definitely be considered more AAA, and the reason why it'll likely be considered more AAA than Frontiers is because they're taking more time with it. And that's why they're trying to get Rumble out and Crossworlds out, at least that's what I believe, because they recently announced this year saying that they would be cutting back on the quantity of video games that they release and focus more on the quality of the video games that they release. So having Rumble and Crossworlds come out and these two games just consistently getting content after content, because like they made a Twitter account for Crossworlds, which just goes ahead and shows that they're likely going to be doing consistent updates for that, consistent content for that, but also Rumble, like having those two games there, one that's free to play and one that offers a racing game at a premium price if you're into racing games. It's covering a large majority of Sonic, I feel. So having those two just do whatever in the meantime is very, like, I don't know. It makes up for the drought that most people would go through when it comes to waiting the next mainline games. Quality is better than quantity. It definitely is. But the pricing of it, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I could see them still charging $60, but again, it really just depends on how the other companies price their games towards how Nintendo is pricing their games, because that's where the competition really starts to settle in. You know, Nintendo paved the way for developers and companies to publish their games at $80, brand new. So what's stopping Xbox or PlayStation for publishing their next AAA title for $90? So really, it just depends on, like, are there more games coming out that are costing $80? Or are they gonna, like, try and be a more affordable competitor? I don't know. Very late to 2026 or early mid 2027. Is that what you think the release period is? Because, like, I don't know. It would, in order for it to release in that period, I feel like they'd have to tease it this year. GTA 6 is rumored to be $100. I mean, I may be a... I don't know what word I'm looking for here. But, like... And I'm not going to say that I justify charging $100 for something like GTA 6. But... Rockstar put $1 billion... Just let that settle in, right? Rockstar put $1 billion into GTA 6. It might even be more than $1 billion. So, like, as much as I'd hate to side with Rockstar on the dollars, I feel like it's kind of... There we go. They don't want me telling you guys the truth. They don't want me telling you guys the truth. They're trying to silence me. They're trying to say, oh, no, there it goes again. They're trying to silence me. I won't let this happen. Okay, I lowered the bitrate. It seems to be in the green for now. We'll see if it stays there. What's up, Nye? How you doing? Welcome. They just can't handle the truth. These big corporations can't handle the truth that Rockstar actually put love and care into their game, so of course they're allowed to charge $100. What Nintendo and everybody else doesn't want you to know is that they're not putting that much in and they expect you to pay that price. Oh, hey, Mr. Rabbit, how you doing? Yeah, no, and that's another thing. Superstar's price definitely has changed my point of view. But at the same time, they released Sonic X Shadow Generations, which came with a game, Shadow Generations, which was about almost the same length as original Generations, and bundled them together for $50? Is it still $50? Or am I just remembering what the Switch 2 price is? How you doing, Mr. Rabbit? What time is it for you? I feel like it's really... This is why I hate streaming, because I can't ever find a time that's perfect for everybody. Carter's 2 turbocharged. I remember playing the demo for it. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Definitely would give it a shot. Anybody that wants a kart racer that is very similar to how Crash Team Racing feels, Carter's 2 turbocharged is like a huge love letter to Crash Team Racing. not everyone can participate, I suppose. Skylanders, we'll see, because that is an Activision property, but we know that Toys for Bob and Activision are close in relationships. At least according to Canadian guy A's recent interview with Paul Yan on his channel, the co-director of Toys for Bob. They said that both Xbox and Activision have been great partners since they became indie. So, who knows? Who knows? I don't even know what they're working on over there, but it has something. It definitely has to be. I don't want to be the conspiracy theorist here, but like it definitely has to be Spyro 4. I'd imagine it has to be Spyro 4. Let's see, what was... I saw something... Oh, right. Talking about the pricing of Shadow Gens. Like, because they could have easily pulled a Nintendo and charged you $60 total for the package of Sonic Generations and Shadow Gens. But I don't know. It is interesting. It's very interesting. Here. You know, I was gonna do this for a Rumble stream, but you know, I feel like we're doing it now. So, you know what? I feel like doing it now. We don't have a lot of people here, which is okay. Again, it's a late stream. Sort of decided to do this late. Let me just get this set up real quick. Sega does what Nintendo don't. We'll see how much that statement holds up as we get closer to the release of those new games. Alright. So, I was gonna do this for another... or I was gonna do this for a Rumble stream, but because I feel like doing it now, I'm gonna try and get this set up in a way that will benefit everybody. Let's see, does this work? There we go. I have to edit that. So what I have here with me is actually, you know, that probably doesn't look very good on stream. I'll just switch over to here and do it. Alright, so we have with us here the tier list. The day has come. The day that crabs fries. Alright, so we're going to be doing a tier list for the Rumble stages. Now, this list, I will say, is missing 2 stages, I think. Or is it 3? Yes, I think it may be 3. So the stages that are currently missing from this list, because they aren't in the ranking directory, is the so we're missing the Silent Forest team. We're missing Frozen Factory team, and we're missing Sky Sanctuary team. Not the one with the obstacles, but the you know, the one with the tornado where you're going through the clouds and whatnot. We're missing that one. I think it's Team 2. I'm not entirely sure what they say. All ball stages in F tier. So I kind of have them organized by stage. They're kind of out of order than how I had them in my folder, but it works. So the first row here, we have Chemical Plant all the way up to Chemical Plant Survival, Desert Ruins Ring Battle, Frozen Factory all the way through Frozen Factory Survival, and so on forth. Let's see. Yeah, Dylan's not a big fan of the ball stages. He hates the ball stages. So I guess we could just start in order. Let's go ahead and Chemical Plant Run. How are we feeling about Chemical Plant Run? Yeah, these are all the stages in the game as of right now, aside from 3 of them. Because I really like Chemical Plant Run, the first one. I feel like it's like, would A or B feel good? Because I'm thinking B. I don't think it's good enough to be an S rank. I don't think, like, it is a good stage, don't get me wrong, but like, I feel like there's another stage that might be a little bit better than it. So I'm thinking either A or B. I'm seeing a lot of people saying B, low A. 2 is lagging, the last part. Definitely, I think a lot of people are coming across performance issues when it comes to that. So I think it's safe to put Chemical Plant Run in B, just because, again, it's a solid stage. Definitely a run stage that I would really love to have as your first run stage. I think this was my first, well, I don't know. It might have been the second run stage that I came across when I played the closed beta. When I got into an actual match, I mean. So yeah, we'll keep Chemical Plant Run at B for now. We'll come back to it, depending on how people feel about that placement. We'll do a recap. So, Chemical Plant Run 2. That one's got a lot more meat to it. Meat to the substance, if you will. So, like, if I'm remembering correctly, you start out going over platforms, and you have to, like, hit green switches that raise platforms up from the bottom. And then you get to a bit with the moving platforms, where if you stand on one, the color-coordinated platform moves. You go through that, and then you go through like a little buzz bomber thing, and then you get to this laser, and there's like 3 different ways that it splits up. There's a lot more going on in Chemical Plant Run 2. Significantly worse from memory. Here, you know what? Better. This is better. No, I just had the fantastic idea. Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do solos, and I'm going to go through the level, give an overall opinion on the level, and then we'll do the ranking. How about that? That makes this like 10 times better. I don't even know why I didn't think of that before. Alright. So, I see Valcomi's on. Doing some late night gaming. Let me connect my controller here quick. Oh, it is plugged in. It's just, yeah, okay. I thought it was unplugged. Alright, so just go into here. 1 round, practice solo. Yeah, I won't bother adding the NPCs because it just doesn't make sense to, I don't think. So Chemical Plant Run is the first. Alright, let's go. I'm still thinking a little bit of a B category for this. At least I think so. Separate tier. Seaside Team is like the most hated one, I think. Alright, so we got a pretty basic start up here. You know, you got your good old-fashioned water slide, which I really like that they incorporated into the chemical plant thing. Like, I think that's like a very unique thing to add, and just it really fits. Alright, we got these platforms here that I almost saved myself from doing. Bad gameplay. Worst gameplay of all time. I remember these carrying a bit of momentum. I think they still do, but not as much, because I remember having to use the momentum from the first platform to make it over to the spring there. Get split up here. The floppers. I heard something fall. I guess my cat flew. Mysterious purple dude. It's Purple Flirt from Jimmy Neutron. Alright, then we have this tedious moment here, which would be beneficial if we had bots here, but it's okay because most of the bots in practicing solo get stuck at some point. So, like, even if we had bots here, it wouldn't really move as quick. Item boxes, the little chemical plant tubes, which have functionality, thank you. I remember early moments of the stage, I'd go up to one of those tubes and it just wouldn't do anything. And then this is the final stretch. Conveyor belts, tons of enemies. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, after playing it, I still feel like it's a little bit of a B tier for me. I think it's an unfair disadvantage for those who can actually play the game better. It definitely does become more of an unfair disadvantage when it comes to that. But yeah, I'm still thinking a little bit of a B tier for Chemical Plant Run. So, while you guys are debating on that, go ahead and switch over to Chemical Plant 2. Purple suit from the Teletubbies. Do you remember 2 being worse? Well, I guess we'll find out. Because I'm still very confident with that being there, so let's figure this out. So 2, I can definitely see some people having some issues with. So yeah, as I was saying, you start off here, and instead of a slide, it's more so just a small platforming segment where you're jumping over these pits here. And then when you get to certain areas, such as over here, you can hit the switch and bring platforms up. Alright, then these are the color-coordinated platforms, meaning if I'm standing on green, green's gonna start moving, I'm standing on red, red's gonna start moving, vice versa. Buzz bombers. And then the 3 doorways. Middle, I think, is what most people try to aim for. Never seen that happen before. Probably because of the egg pawns here, giving you a lot of rings for destroying them. I think that's the reason why most people try to go for the middle. Do a little bit of rail grinding. And then you come up to the last platforming segment. And there we have it. Go to the left. I used to go to the left a lot. I like to switch it up depending on where I'm at. Like, I'll go left if I really want to, but I feel like going the right way, like all the way to the right, is pretty entertaining too. It's a lot different. There's doors over there, so it might be a bit of a slower route, but I think in the end you might get a little bit more rings out of it for destroying the badniks that are blocking the doors. I could be wrong. There's no stupid walls, that's why it's better. A lot worse than the other two. I do find myself going to the left path a lot, and I think that's because whenever I play a game, I don't know what it is, but I always just have the instinct of going left. It doesn't matter which game I'm playing or what's happening. If I'm coming up to a section where it's left or right, 9 out of 10 chances I'm taking left. I don't know why. It's always like that. I'm always gravitating towards going left. I don't know what it is. But yeah, Chemical Plant Run 2 adds a little bit more... Would you call it vertical gameplay? There's a lot less sliding and a lot more doing aerial stuff, like homing attacking, jumping. There's just a lot of more areas where you're actually platforming as opposed to just running and going down slides. So it feels very more, I guess, open would probably be the thing. Same Left Forever. There's not much substance. I don't know. I don't know, because like I don't think it's like a bad stage. It just really depends on how you play it and what the timing is, because this is a stage where timing I feel is crucial. Because you want to make sure that you time the cycle right to get access to the path that you're looking to go for. Which could very easily get slowed down if you're fighting against other people. You think it's above 1 high B, below 1? If you're good at the game, put it above 1. I'll keep it. You know what? I like it because it has more substance to it. I feel like there's a lot more at stake in Chemical Plant Run 2 than there is at Chemical Plant Run 1. And that's just because there's a lot more platforming going on. There's a lot of situations where the person in front could very well get pushed back if something goes wrong. So it definitely has its moments of allowing players to catch up. If you're sane, put it in C. I don't think we're going to be seeing many C's here, but we'll see. I'll come back to this later. But for now, I think I agree that it's in B. Whether it be a high B or a low B, we'll figure that out when we come back. We'll get the Chemical Plant 3. Chemical Plant 3 is it's an experience if you've never played it before. Right off the bat, I could tell you it's not my favorite because of this beginning section here. This beginning section is... I hate it. I hate it so much. So you have these interchanging paths that will always be moving ever so often. But the issue that you can run into here is if you're not careful, this can happen. Like, you can easily get closed into the wall there. And there's been multiple times, especially when just trying to go through this and I get closed in like twice trying to do something. And then you have these like platforms that interchange before you can get onto the secondary area of this slide here. So even more waiting, especially if you're already getting attacked. And then on top of that, you have this here, which introduces hidden switches and going through the interchanging paths. But on top of that, if you get here and there's people that don't want to hit the switch, you'll have people that'll just like sit here, you know? Like I personally never came across it, but like I know that when it comes to something where you're having to do something in order to progress, there will be people that will just sit there and wait for other people to complete it other than themselves. It gets so annoying. But once you get past the laser gate here, it's just another little platforming segment with all the platforms rising and lowering themselves. I believe we are coming up near the end here. Practicing solo is bad because you do have this bit where you have to get both of these platforms at the bottom before being able to progress, due to the fact that you need the extra height. So I might not actually be able to finish the stage alone. I mean, even playing with bots, I don't think I'd be able to get past this much. But yeah, after this bit, it's just you got these walls here, and then after these walls, you have these moving platforms here, and then the goal is like right here. More walls. So yeah, it definitely becomes a bit of a hassle. Shark, what are you doing? Shark, what are you doing? Trying to figure out what my cat's doing. Falling down there so many times. I feel like that can happen a lot. Yeah, I think, you know what, that definitely gets a C from me, at least, you know. It's not bad enough to be counted as a D tier. Like, it could very well be in B tier, like a very low B, but like, you know, it feels like it would be more of a thing where people are, just a rabbit. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, it's not. It's not. Is it tagged Rumble? I guess YouTube accidentally reused the things. I'm sorry, Mr. Rabbit's just picking on me. Noticing that I didn't post the stream in the creators content tab. I would have, but I don't personally think this is a Rumble stream. I mean, it has Rumble in it, 100%, but it is not 100% coded a Rumble stream, so I didn't want to, like, be like, oh, hey guys, I'm playing Sonic. Come watch me play Sonic, you know, and it's not Rumble. I just feel like that would be against the rules, so I don't know, that's just me. Being more courteous of other people that post Rumble content. But I appreciate it, Rabbit. You're crying because you might have bad taste. It's okay. It's alright. you know. I know where I'm putting this. You fired? No! I just got here. Alright. I might be joking about that, but I might not also be joking about putting the hunt for chemical plant there. Look, alright, I want to get this out of the way. This stage is a great concept. It is 100% like a concept I can get behind, but the main issue is the desync. The desync in Rumble makes this stage atrocious. It is so bad. I don't know what it is, and I love Rumble. I will praise Rumble till the day that I die, but if it's one thing that I have to speak the truth of, it's playing this stage online is so bad. I will literally come across a crystal and it won't pick it up. Now, this won't be showcased in just doing this practice solo because there's no actual connection with other players. But I can't tell you how many times I've come across a crystal to go pick it up, and the person, I literally, kid you not, there could be a person behind me that got it, and I was touching it. But the goal is, you have to collect 7 of these crystals, and once you collect all 7 of these crystals within the time frame against everybody else, you go through. But, like, again, the concept of the stage is fun. It's great. I think it could be a little bit bigger. I think the stage size could definitely be bigger. Feel less cramped. I know that it's more so a round where you only have a total of 16 as opposed to the full lobby. But again, I really feel like whenever I get into this game particular, it is very hard to get first place, not because everybody's trying to get all 7 crystals, but more so because the crystals just don't count half the time. I'm going crazy. I'm really praying and hoping that the desync issue is fixed. I talked about it a lot in Velcomia's player spotlight. We got into it a little bit because he also is a victim of did I let my cat out? Huh. Yeah, no. The if it is still an issue, the best solution that I personally could give is to just disable the stage until the issue is fixed. And now, I'm not a developer, so I don't know what goes in and out when it comes to these specific tests and whatnot, and what could be done to particularly fix the stage. It is a fun stage, but honestly, if it's still an issue, I personally don't have an issue with it being disabled or taken out of the game until it's fixed. Because I don't feel like I'm really losing a lot of gameplay when it comes to the stage. It is a small, cramped area where you're just picking up crystals, and that's literally it. But it is a fun concept that I think should be expanded upon when desync gets resolved. So up next is Chemical Plant Ring Battle. I think this one's a pretty good sized ring battle. It's a very decent stage to be in, I think. Here, I'll add CPU, just give more of an emulation of that. Tell the stage to get out. You got offside. Hey, nice. Congrats. And this one, I feel like, is a very balanced ring battle stage. You have multiple options to go across here. So you can very much go all the way to the left here and go through this tube over here. If you miss out on that, you have the opportunity of going over here on top of this platform and going on that tube. Miss out on either of those, you try and go for that tube over there. You can go over here. There's something that I don't think a lot of people know. You know, you'll come across getting up here and then immediately going left. But if you go right, let me just get back up there. There is another tube area as well. Now, those tubes won't give you a lot to work with. It will give you a good bit of rings, but the most rings that you're gonna get from this stage is by going down those slides. So you can come over here, use these springs, and pretty much all of these are set up the same way, just climbing all the way up to the top and then sliding down. This is where you're gonna get most of your rings from. Though I will say, I kind of miss when it warned me that items were spawning in, because like it doesn't do that anymore, and they just sort of like spawn in out of nowhere and catches you off guard. So like, I don't know, I feel like it'd be better to have that warning just so people can prepare for when the items spawn in. But like, there's a lot going on in this state. There's a lot of opportunities to keep getting rings. There's a lot of opportunities to find paths that you can just keep recycling. I like to go through this pipe and then like going all the way over to this side over here and trying to get as many rings as I possibly can just by doing that. There are definitely a lot of like opportunities for splitting up different paths and finding, I guess, the fastest path to continuously grind rings. But yeah, I think the only thing that I dislike about that stage is that it doesn't tell you when items spawn in, and I think that was a change that they made to majority of the ring battles. I don't think a lot of them do that at all anymore. A bit of optimization possible on that slide. Last 30 seconds in the middle is like a hell battle. The amount of red stars being used is crazy. It's A or B above the other two. I definitely do believe that I would put it in A. It is a fun ring battle stage. It sticks out from majority of the other ring battles, I think. I think each ring battle is a little bit different. It kind of reminds me, it's very similar to Starlight Carnival ring battle too. But yeah, this is like, this is a good ring battle, I'd say. I do like it being A. It might be a low A as we go on, but I think it being an A is at least good for now. Uh-oh. Okay. How did that happen? When did that happen? Okay, so we're coming up on the final chemical plant stage here, and that's the chemical plant survival stage with lasers. I don't think I really need CPU for this one. And this is just, you know, your standard survival stage. You look out for the lasers. If you get hit by the lasers, then you get knocked out. I forget what the live count on this one is. I think it's 2? Yes, it's 2. So it's just, it starts off as a pretty standard, like, laser survival thing. And then the lasers get a little bit more rapid. You have some low lasers, some mid-tier lasers, some high-tier lasers. And then you can obviously use these balloons to your advantage for getting over some of these lasers here. I think they get a little bit faster too. I don't know. I don't think I've gotten too far into this stage. Uh-oh. That could potentially be bad, but it wasn't. That was bad. Oh. I've definitely not made it this far, I don't think. But yeah, so it's just jumping over lasers, dodging lasers. That's pretty much the whole gist of it. to see the chaos. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it go that far before. It does look like it could get pretty chaotic the further you go into it, which is going to make a lot of these survival stages a lot more chaotic when it comes to global launch. It's a unique survival stage. Do I like it more than the other survival stages? It's hard to say. I'll put it in a low A for now. Because I still think I like how like the ring battle is compared to that. But all right, so we finished Chemical Plant so far. This is all of Chemical Plant. Is there anything here that looks like we could change? So, you know, 2 A's we have Chemical Plant Ring Battle, Chemical Plant Survival. B is Chemical Plant Run 2, Chemical Plant Run. C is Chemical Plant Run 3, and then D is Chemical Plant Hunt, which is very fitting. I'm just gonna put D sync. It's the tier. Alright, we got Silly agreeing with it. I'm thinking A. Also, how you doing, Shadow? It's cute. How you doing? Definitely agree with the tier. Alright. Good to hear, good to hear. So, up next, we have the Desert Ruin stage, which I may have a little bit of bias. I may have a little bit of a bias when it comes to these stages, but I'm going to try and keep it as unbiased as I possibly can, but this stage is so good. This stage is so good. I love this stage so much. The only bit of the stage that is annoying is that last bit there, but like this stage is just, every single time I get into it, it's the music, it's just how like grand the stage is. It's, I don't know. I just really like this stage a lot. But yeah, so as you can see, you got a lot of these conveyor belt things here that could send you back if you go on them. You got cactus, quicksand, some sand rollers. Then we get to this really cool cinematic shot. Reminds me of something out of Secret Rings, kind of. I don't know. It's very Secret Rings-ish. Then you have this little area here with this little dust devils. You can opt in to get these ring rocks if you're falling behind on rings. Then you come up here, take care of these ring rocks, and then you get to the best. This part right here, something about this part just makes me like more nostalgic for water slides in Sonic. Like this just feels like an SA2 or Sonic Adventure like sort of isk water slide. I don't know what it is. It just really reminds me of like doing the water slide in the Space Colony arc in the final story. And then you go through this blizzard area that didn't really affect me that much. Usually is more rampant in an actual lobby, and you make it to the end. I always have fun with the stage, and I think the reason why I have so much fun with the stage is because I don't get it that often. I barely get that stage at all. But it is a good stage. I think it's a fantastic stage. Now, question is, where does it go on the ranks? Because, I mean, if I let bias win, I would put it here. If I let bias win, I would put it here. But bias is telling me to put it like right here. Like if the bias really took over full control,
It would definitely be an S ring, but I think it's a high A at most. The voices win. I just don't get it often, which is why I love it so much. And that's a fault of the game for randomizing stages. I can't believe they make me fight over what my favorite stage is, and then don't give me my favorite stage when I want to play it. Right now, I'm putting it in A. We're just gonna put it in A. But the bias is gonna take over this next one. The bias is gonna take over heavily for this next one here. So any obligations to put it in A, let me know in the chat. Easy S tier. See, I know it is. I know it is. Like, I love this ring battle. It's like so good. My mouse is being weird. This one's so cool. So it's layered. It is a huge layered ring battle. It's sort of like Lava Mountain, but like without the lava, kind of. Though it would be really cool if the water was like rising. Danger, water rising. When are we getting a perfect chaos ring battle where we're just fighting in a flooded station square while perfect chaos is running rampant in the city? But yeah, so it's a layered pyramid that is broken up into small little layers here. We go through and race to get to these bigger springs that take you up to the next layer. And on your way, you know, if you're doing a good job at keeping up ahead of the pack, you get rewarded with more rings. Then you can go up here, and we have the sandworm that just spits out toxic goo that will slow you down tremendously if you touch it. We have treasure chests up here that give you attacks. Sometimes shields will spawn up here. The 100 rings will spawn up here. Your best method is if it's getting too crowded at the top, you can camp for rings down here. And you can also get some items from down here as well. I think shields spawn down here mostly. You will have times where shields will spawn on this top layer, but I think they mostly spawn on this layer before the top layer. So it might be a good opportunity for you to back off a little bit when it comes to fighting. But yeah, that's I mean, the stage is huge. There's a lot to it, and it's definitely a lot more fun when you're going against actual players. Always camp rings down there. But yeah, no, it's like the most that you'll get out of being on the very top of the pyramid is that you're at least always guaranteed control over, or at least first dibs on some of the better items, because I think some of those chests do spawn like the blue star item. So you might have a higher chance of getting it if you're able to dominate the top of the pyramid. But just doing it the layer below the pyramid really gives you an advantage as well. S tier. I mean, I do like it. I think I like it more than Ring Battle. I'm perfectly fine with putting it in S tier if everybody else is okay with putting it in S tier. It might be the only S tier here. We'll have to wait and see, but I think it might be the only S tier here. I could be wrong. But from my knowledge and looking at the overview of these stages here, I want to say this is the only S tier we might have on our hands today. Alright, sounds good. Well, now that we've gone past Desert Ruins fanboy territory, we're moving on over to Frozen Factory Run. Frozen Factory Run is an interesting one. Is it this one? Yes. They are both top tier. So here we are in Frozen Factory. This is the first run stage. It starts off strong, but in my opinion, it kind of falls off near the middle. And you'll see why if you're not familiar with this stage, which most people here are familiar with it, but you know. So you go through these like little tight corner areas, and you can use the slipperiness of the ice to get yourself a little bit of momentum going. Your best option for what we're going to be doing here, and that's if they even let me get one, is if you're able to hold on to a red star ability. There we go. Because this is where the stage starts to sort of really become an annoyance. You have these blocks here that you're supposed to push, and it really depends on who you're playing with, and 9 out of 10 chances, majority of the people that get here first are going to start towering on top of the blocks and just standing there and waiting for everybody to, like, you know, push them towards the ledge over there. But if you're able to get on top of these blocks before everyone else, and it just by the smallest little smidge bit of being like maybe like over here, or at least in the vicinity, you can use one of these. I don't know if this is the right distance. I'm not sure if it is. Oh, yeah, it's about there. You can use that red star to get across, and then after this bit, it doesn't matter that I'm about to lose here, because after this, it's just a little loop and then a straight shot to the finish. You know, with constant penguins coming at you. So like there's really nothing much after that. But it all depends on the ice block skip, and on top of that, it's not always going to be a possible thing to pull off, because playing with other players, if you so happen to be in the front and one player shows up on screen behind you by a smidge bit, as soon as you trigger that red star item, either you'll be lucky enough to pull off the skip, or you're gonna be going back. You're gonna be going back, targeting the person that just popped up on screen. So it is very hard, it is very difficult to pull that off. But in my opinion, that bit right there is where the stage sort of is kind of eh. Like, I like it, but I don't know if I like it. Like, I like it more than Chemical Plant Run 3. But also, I feel like it could potentially be a B tier. I don't think it's as bad as a Chemical Plant Run 3 to put it in C tier. But it is definitely mid. So I'm fine with it being in B, honestly. I'm fine with it being low B. Now, that doesn't really do it many favors, because the next stage that we're about to show isn't any better. It really isn't any better. I do not like Frozen Factory Run 2. I loathe Frozen Factory Run 2 with a passion. I hate this stage. Like, it is a fun stage, don't get me wrong, but the timing of this ice right here is it's like I can barely even get halfway across it before it fires again. And on top of that, you have so many people pushing and shoving into you. And then you get past this part, and now you have to go up here, and by the time you get here, there's more ice beams, and you have to be very close, but like not too close, because then you get frozen. Again, mind you, there are other players here, so like me going through this solo, it's not giving you like the true experience. But like there will be so many times where there'll just be so many people stacked up on top of one another, and then you have this trio of freaking egg pawns. If you're even lucky enough to get past that. And then here, all right, don't let this fool you. This is not a slide that will take you to safety. This is a slide that will take you to your death. See how they did that? You see how they did that? That is so dirty. Not only are you punished by being frozen, but on top of that, you have a frozen fall into a bottomless pit that they could care less about putting there. Right? That is false hope. False hope. Even if you didn't get frozen, you still have a likely chance of sliding down into the bottomless pit without even knowing it's there. Right? And then you have these platforming segments here, and then this last little bit, like what even is this? What even is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? That's supposed to stop me? That is the most convoluting thing. Like, the stage falls apart. It's like they had an idea going into it, but then when you reach the end bit there, it's just like kind of weird. I don't know. It is kind of weird. So that being said, it is. Call me crazy, but I think I'd take Chemical Plant Run 3 over Frozen Factory Run 2. Like, call me crazy 100%, but I think I'd rather take Chemical Plant 3 over Frozen Factory 2. I think I would gladly take Chemical Plant Run 3. I feel like I have more fun. Like, it's like... It's bad fun, but like it's more fun than Frozen Factory Run 2. Because that stage is just so... Oh man. I have so many issues with Frozen Factory Run 2. Like, Chemical Plant Run 3 has its own issues 100%, but Frozen Factory Run 2 is a whole nother monster that I don't like. Like, I would take Frozen Factory Run over Frozen Factory Run 2, which, I mean, is stated because it's in B tier. But, like, Frozen Factory Run 2 is... So, yeah, low C, definitely. The Nether. Alright, so now we're coming up to one that is actually pretty decent. This one's pretty fun. I think it's pretty fun, at least. It's one of the more fun hunt stages, if you're not getting consistently bombarded by the penguinators. But there's something really cool that you can do in this stage if you have the baseball slide unlocked. And that's why I like the baseball slide being unlocked for a free thing. The ring hunt for this stage is really fun. And the cool thing that you could do if you have the baseball slide is... it's not really going to be showcased very well here, but like you get a little bit of a distance. You can get a little bit of a head start for most people, and usually being in the head start, like it gives you the best cycle for some of these penguinators. I don't know what it is about being in front, but like you get the best cycle on these penguinators. I feel like every single time I'm behind, I'm always getting hit by the penguinators. There's just no slowing down with the penguinators when it comes to getting hit by them. You get hit by one, and then you get hit by another, and there's a huge chain reaction, and it's just not fun anymore. But yeah, the baseball slide is like a huge advantage here. You see how much more you get like out of that, and I can't tell you how many times I've played on this stage and used the baseball slide. If I'm able to maintain first place, I'm usually in first most of the time. Because you get first dibs on these egg pawns and like you know, it's always going to be a close call for some of them because like everybody else is able to do it as well. But for those who don't know how to do it, like they're at a huge disadvantage. And that's really the last time I think you'll use the baseball slide unless you like really need to at the end bit here. I think the stage might even end before we get to the end bit here, yeah. By the time I land, it'll be pretty much over. Excuse me. People without baseball slide. It's so bad because, like, recently I was doing some, like, recording sessions with some other people, and we did, like, this little tournament thing. I'm not gonna say what it is or spoil anything, but we did do Frozen Factory ring hunt, and everybody but like I think like 1 or 2 people knew about the baseball slide strat, and I just remember looking back in the chat and seeing them go, how did you guys get that long jump? I was like, oh, they didn't know. But the ring hunt for Frozen Factory is really fun. I do like the hunt stage for Frozen Factory. It is probably the best hunt stage you'll come across in this game, I think. As of right now, at least. I don't know, Starlight Carnival hunt is pretty fun too. I mean, I know that I know the skill from the pros. I feel that. Honestly, this is okay. From a standard perspective, I like it more than Chemical Plant Survival, if I were to put it in A. But if you're someone who uses the baseball slide for your strat, then it's an easy S. Like 100%. Like if you're playing this game competitively and you know about the baseball slide strat, this easily becomes an S. Because it's so much fun to pull off, and it's like you get so much air time from it, and I think it's so cool being able to pull off something like that in a stage like this. But non-competitively speaking, A is definitely the place that it would fit if you're not using baseball slide. Like if you are just a beginner player and you don't know about the baseball slide or you don't have the baseball slide, I feel like most people would gravitate towards putting this in the A rank. Saw nice A, but it is naturally an S. Just love stealing, learning from the pros. I'm personally feeling like an A. A tier seems fine. Alright. Sounds good, sounds good. Alright, we'll definitely keep it in A. So now, we're moving on to Velcomia's favorite stage. Before we do, let me put this. This isn't Sonic music, don't kill me. But like, Sticker Brush Symphony has been stuck in my head for days. So we're going on over to, what was it? Ring Battle. Oh yeah, this is Velcomia's favorite stage. again, I can see how people would not like this stage. So we're in Frozen Factory Ring Battle. This stage, 100%, has a bad rep for the snow. Wait, hold on. Why is there a window capture that's capturing the game? What? Where'd that come from? But yeah, so the snow is a huge issue with this game. But really, the best, like, tip I can give is, and I mean, I don't know how, like, likely it is, but if you can memorize where the magnets and the speed shoes spawn, like, I think they relatively spawn in the same location. If you can memorize or at least have a general idea of where you can pick up a magnet and speed shoes and just sort of like get that down packed, like going through this stage might not be that much of an issue. But it does become more of a tedious thing when you're playing with actual players. So the best bet I can say is just try and learn where these speed shoes will spawn in. Try to get as many speed shoes as you possibly can going around the map. Like, even if you see a speed shoe spawn in, always go for it, because that's what's going to help you get through the snow the quickest. And then, obviously, just whenever you get a chance to find a magnet, if you find a magnet, just pick it up, because that'll just be a tremendous help as well. Another thing is, with these chests that spawn the item for attacking, if you come across another one, if you want to be the guy, that kind of guy, you can break the other one and prevent other people from getting it. But yeah, I know that the desync can definitely mess with the chests in this stage. What are the odds of the twins being first and second place? Seems a little rigged to me. If you're that guy. But yeah, no, so Frozen Factory Ring Battle is probably... Would I say it's the weakest? Would people say it's the weakest ring battle? Better than nothing is weak. Calling it infinite. Frozen Factory Ring Battle is... I'm putting it at a high C. Like the fruit punch. High C. Or is it orange juice? Do they have a fruit punch for high C? I don't know. You guys probably don't know what punch I'm talking about, or juice I'm talking about. Desync tier. I think I like it a little bit more than Chemical Plant Run 3, and a little bit more than Frozen Factory Run 2. But again, the desync is definitely a good point for it being in D tier. Falcone is tweaking his bed right now. He's spamming the drowning. Nah, he'd be tweaking if we did this. Nah, I think a high C for now is pretty solid. But speaking of weak stages, Frozen Factory Survival. This, you know, I'm going for the amusement of having CPU on. Let's just go ahead and do it. This stage is... It's creative. So much like Frozen Factory Ring Battle, you have snow that you have to plow through. But on top of that, you have the egg floppers, or flappers, whatever you want to call them, that spawn in the middle. And the thing about it is that they vary in size. So that's a small one. This one could be a big one or a medium, and it looks like it's a medium one. And that's not even the biggest that they get. It gets bigger than that, I'm pretty sure. Ever so often you'll come across speed shoes. You'll have like these little rocks you can homing attack to protect yourself. You get some items here and there that will help out as well. And I believe you start off with 3 lives. This is the only survival stage where you have 3 lives, I think. Everyone else has a 2 or a 1 life, I think. It might just be 2. Might be 2. I don't know if there's a survival stage out there that just has 1 life. But yeah, this is just the basic gameplay. You know, ring battle, but not. And you're dodging obstacles that are larger or smaller. It is really weird. I don't really know how to feel about the survival stage. Can't really read chat, but, you know. Oh, and I guess I win. The bots weren't smart enough. It's kind of better than Ring Battle, but, like, it's not... like... I don't know. Like I would... I feel like whenever I get the stage, I just give out a large sigh. I'll put it in low B, because, like, it's not that it's not fun or it's bad or anything like that. It definitely can be fun at moments, but, like, I don't know. B tier. Alright, yeah, I agree. I definitely feel like B tier is warranted here. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I was just curious if Green Hill had the most stages there. I was just counting, but it looks like they are pretty well-rounded. Most of these have 6, most of these have 7. Cool. Alright, so now I guess we're going to the stage that everyone knows and loves. Green Hill Run 1. This is a very standard stage. Honestly, probably a good opening stage. Desert Ruins. I wish Desert Ruins had more stages. So yeah, this is likely the stage that you'll play first if you play the tutorial, because I think in the tutorial they make you go in a bot lobby that has this stage. But don't quote me on that, because it's been a while since I played the tutorial. And I don't know how much of it has changed. I know the tutorial stage itself is not this, but like, I wish we had access to it. Can you play the tutorial again? Like, if you like want to? Is that like an option? The best like advice I can give for this is okay, that's good. So like, you can actually do another red star skip here. And you can just, like, platform on top of these right here. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. But again, it's like the same instance that you come across in Frozen Factory, where, you know, you gotta hope and pray that it works. Because you could very easily accidentally attack someone, or someone can attack you mid-jump when you're trying to pull off the red star skip. So that is something to look out for when doing it. It is a decent stage, but do we like it more than Chemical Plant? Break the wall if you have a shield. Can you do that? Can you like force the wall to break with a shield somehow? You like it more than Chemical Plant? Like, I feel like you audibly cheer each time. Yeah, I feel like a high B is definitely, yeah. But do we like it more than Run 2? Chemical Plant Run 2. Cat is at the door. You like more than Run 2, you think? Above Chemical Plant. I think I can give it more than Run 2. I can definitely give it more than Run 2. Run 2 has a lot to it that I think really is fun, but like Green Hill Run is just like, it's the standard stage. It's the stage as you first play if you're first getting into the game. It's solid. Like, it's not the best stage ever, but it is a stage that definitely showcases what the game is capable of, I think. Now, moving on to Chemical Plant. Moving on to Green Hill Run 2. This one, this one's a bit interesting. They put a 2D stage in my 3D platforming Sonic game. It's got a strong start. I think Chemical... I'm gonna end up calling it Chemical Plant Run 2 because my mind wants to say Chemical Plant for some reason. Green Hill Run 2 has a strong start. This is a very strong start. I think it's really fun, especially with having tons of players in this little area here. Then this little area really reminds me a lot of like Green Hill, the first like zone of Green Hill. You get this part. This part can be a little annoying if you get Red Star attacked because you'll just like be frozen. It's either that or it's like something with the shock. I know you could do a skip here, Velcomia, or it might be a little bit later on. Velcomia mentioned about some kind of skip being doable here if you're able to use your Red Star. Alright, and then I'm just gonna keep going this way because you can just get to the spring right here. Oh. You have these platforms that spawn and respawn in and out of existence. This can be a bit of a troublemaker, especially when it comes to fighting up with other players and whatnot. And then you have this small area here where somebody was able to push one of these badniks in to the goal. I'll never know what they did to manage to get one of them in. I kind of want to know. AKA the part where everyone spams red stars. Yeah, that is likely the part where everyone will come across, like, having red stars being spammed. Let's put this playlist on. Hey, Yura, how's it going? So, how we feeling? B to A tier. How are we feeling? It's above chemical hell. Low A probably. Yeah, I think I like it more than the first Green Hill run. I like it more than Survival. Because I was going to stream earlier in the day, but my monitor gave out, so now I'm here. I don't know. Just kind of on a whim. If there's something you hate more than Zavik, it's the chemical plant stage. Look, alright, I know the chemical plant stages aren't fun, but like, you know, hold on. You know, we've got there. We don't even need an image, alright? Zavik is worse than everything, okay? Just gonna let that be known. Zavik is the fiend of all of Sonic. Alright? I hate Zavik with a burning passion. Okay? I am Zavik's #1 hater. Alright? I will forever hate Zavik. There's not one single person that can make me like Zavik. Not even Ian Flynn, okay? And Ian Flynn can write Zavik pretty decently, alright? I've seen it. But Zavik sucks, okay? Alright, I'm sorry. But Zavik sucks. Zavik, I am Zavik's #1. I will literally get a t-shirt, a hat that says #1 Zavik hater. And I will wear it in public and people will not know what I'm talking about. And it's okay. Because I don't need to explain to them. They just need to know that Zavik sucks. Okay? That's it. That's the bottom line. Zavik sucks. Zavik hate session out of the way. How do we feel about Green Hill Run 2 being in its spot right there in A? You'll send me a cute Zavik plushie. I appreciate it. Feels good. Alright, cool. 7 a.m. for you? Well, hey, at least you're here at an early time. Late time for me, but early time for you. Alright, Green Hill Run 3. Now, this one... I like this one. If I got sent a Zavik plushie, I would not do that. This one I really like. This one's pretty fun. So it's got a little bit more to it. It's definitely a lot bigger. I think it's longer than the others. This one, oddly, you know, with it being a Green Hill inspired one, it really reminds me of Seaside Hill. Now what's really cool here is if you can manage to get these shortcuts, because I actually got that without like looking or like even thinking one day when I was streaming, and I actually thought someone like hit me over to that side and I was caught off guard. But yeah, so those little spring shortcuts definitely make it really fun, especially if you're just going through it willy-nilly and just hit it. It's like really adrenaline boosting. It starts to slow down like around here because you have to take care of these samurai egg pawn. And then on top of that, you've got the wall that you have to break here. Then once you're done with breaking the wall, whenever, you know, that's done, we'll be here for a bit. You've got to go over these obstacles with spikes coming out. Then go through here. And then it gets a little bit longer. You have these like blocks in the way spinning around. That can be a bit of an annoyance. Especially when someone like attacks you. That can definitely become annoying. But we are coming up near the end here. Surprised I made it here 30 seconds. And then you got a nice little ending bit here with that, and then boom, you're done. And we get like this little cool tease for teams. I almost said Team Sonic Racing. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. My bad. The giant wheel of fortune. But I mean, that stage has a lot going on in it compared to Run 1 and Run 2. That one is definitely the more advanced chemical plant race stage, I think. So I'm perfectly fine with putting it like B, maybe. Is that a tier? I like it more than Green Hill Run. That's for sure. I'm thinking this through. I'm a... Decisions. So many decisions. We'll leave it like that for now. I will come back to that later. So now we're coming up to the hunt stage for Green Hill, which is another issue with desync. Sorry, Goose, I'm not doing a giveaway this stream, but we'll be doing one probably soon. So this one's also kind of a little bit of a chance kind of thing as well. Because like, and it's really hard to tell too with like how you see how the little flags are for the flags. That sounds kind of markers. So like, as you can see, there are some areas where there can be more than one flag, but there's not really anything on the markers that like really notify you if there's more than one there. So it can be kind of confusing, but also it's kind of unfair, you know, because it's like Well, now there's no, like, you know, there's no, like, big race to go towards the ones that have the two. I feel like it would be better if there was something that identified where there were two flags at, so that way, you know, you'll get the idea that there are going to be more people going that direction. So it'll divert the traffic of where players are going. I mean, it's not unfair to the person that gets there first. But when it comes to there not really being an identifier or anything that separates there being two flags other than seeing two flags, it becomes more of an issue. And yeah, as Goose is saying, with low graphics you can't see the flags because they're not in the render distance, so you won't know what you're getting. And that is another thing, just communication in general. I mean, it's not as bad as Chemical Plant Hunt, I don't think. Like, I think, I don't know. I'm thinking there for now. Low B or C. It is better than Chemical Plant Hunt. I just think that with the desync and the no indication of where two flags are kind of stagnants it a little bit. He really is the worst. Really thinking about this. Here, I'll put it at the lowest that C can go. Alright? If there is any other stage that gets into C, this will continuously keep moving this way. Alright, it's never going this way, it's always going this way. So, yeah. We'll put it at low C. Okay. Now, we're going to Green Hill Ring Battle, which is drastically different from... Well, I mean, there are a few other ring battles that are drastically different from everybody else. But this one is interesting. So the idea... I'm not going to play with CPU because CPU is just... They're not going to do anything. This one is... I do like this one because it takes a different approach to the Green Hill Survival. Where instead of I mean, you're still avoiding the Death Egg robot, but like now you're actually attacking it in a way. So now you're attacking this giant golden chest, and that can happen too sometimes, so be careful. And the more you attack it, the more you're in the lead. And as you progress through this like little area here, there will be more rings that'll spawn in, some egg pawns that'll spawn in, that kind of stuff. Eventually, he'll change up his tactics from just charging at you to mixing it up to where he'll probably charge at you and then like do like a little arm spin kind of attack. And then when you get closer to the end of the stage, he does his jumps, as you would be more familiar with in the survival stage. And then there are also moments where he'll just like sort of create distance between himself and everybody by going around the stage like that, which is really crazy that he did that, because I was like going to say wait until like I was going to try and show it when he didn't do it, but like perfect timing. It is a fun ring battle. It's drastically different. It adds a little bit more of a survival twist to it. I think you can get items that will allow you to attack players, but they're like rare-ish. But yeah. All right. So that one's pretty fun. I like that one. It's a good ring battle, but I don't think I like it more than Chemical Plant's ring battle. Hi, A. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, it's probably about right there. I still like how more open Chemical Plant's ring battle is. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Green Hill ring battle is fun, but like just the openness of Chemical Plant still wins it for me. So I think that it being right there is fun. Rig tier list, put it on S. I'll put it on Zavik for you guys. How about that? How about that? You want it on Zavik's tier? I mean, Desert Ruins is hard to beat, dude. Desert Ruins is hard to beat. Alright, I'm putting it there for now. We'll obviously come back to it. Alright. Now we're going over to the actual survival stage for Green Hill. No, because I like Chemical Plant Hunt more than Zavik. You know, the whole reason there's a Zavik tier was because I was trying to iterate that Zavik is the worst thing to happen to Sonic, and like there's nothing that could be worse than Zavik. So that's why he's there. So yeah, this one's pretty fun. I like the idea of the Death Egg robot being this ominous threat. You know, dare I say that I wish he was a little bit bigger, a little bit more threatening. Hey, Saw, how's it going? You know, I think I did a quick rumble one day and got into this and was like in a match with like one other person. I felt so bad. It's just one other real person and me surviving. And then like the Death Egg robot took him out last second. Green Hill ring battle, but worse. I still think this has like a little bit of a charm to what I like the most about this stage, right? And I've noticed, I don't know, this likely will change in global launch, but every single time I've gotten into that stage in like a public lobby, you ever notice how, like, even though there are red star items to attack people with, not a lot of people do that? Like, there will be some times where I'll come across a match where someone will use it, like, multiple times, but majority of the time that I've played Green Hill Survival, I've never really seen anyone try to hit anyone with the red star. I've never really seen anyone try to do that. I know they're too busy trying to dodge the bot, but you would at least think that someone would be like, okay, well, if I can hit them and stun them for a little bit for the robot to knock them off, then I'll take that chance. But I think a lot of people use the red star more as an item to dodge the Death Egg robot other than trying to attack other players, which is really interesting and really funny. But how are we feeling? What were you thinking when we were putting survival? Nice. That sounds fantastic. I love when desync happens. Used red stars on the stage once, and it ended horribly. Got disqualified with the person. See, what I like to do is, if I'm allowed to, if I have any window of opportunity, if I'm, like, getting knocked off the stage, and I'm allowed to gain any control back, I will just immediately use a red star to try and get myself back to the stage. That's literally the only use I've ever used the red star for. Other than, you know, just sometimes trolling. But the major use was just trying to get back to the stage. I like it more than Frozen Factory Survival. I like it more than Frozen Factory Run. It's better than Frozen Factory Survival, at least. I don't think I'd put it above Chemical Plant. Bop. Oil Ocean. Oh god. Don't put Oil Ocean in this game. Please. Please. Please don't put Oil Ocean in this game. Oh no. Oh, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare to think of. Oh. Because I can 100% see them putting Oil Ocean in this game. Alright, moving on from that nightmare. I'll take Labyrinth. Just keep Oil Ocean away from me, please. Alright, so Green Hill Team is probably the best team stage right now. It is the most doable, the most tolerant that I think a lot of people would agree with, because all it is just destroying badniks. And, you know, sometimes golden ones will spawn too. The stage does kind of drag on for a little bit, but like you'll know when you're getting closer to the end, because the big end is just the samurai egg pawns, and they give you so many rings. These guys are annoying. I hate these egg pawns so much. The shielding egg pawns, not the, you know, on top of the fact that they have a physical shield, they get an actual shield as well around them. Too overpowered, man. Nerf them. Nerf the mess out of those shield egg pawns. They don't deserve an extra shield. Alright, and then this is where the samurai is gonna spawn in, isn't it? Yep, there it is. Nerf egg pawns to the ground. Like, the samurai egg pawns are fine. The shielded egg pawns are annoying. You know, it's just a give or take kind of moment. It is the best team stage. So therefore, you're saying B? Honestly, I was, you know, not if I have anything to say about that. Low A, buddy. Low A. I'm just kidding. I like it. I like it being a middle B. None of them will ever touch that. Again, just make it clear. Zavik is main enemy number 1. Main enemy number 1. Alright. Let's go with... Alright, we're on Lava Mountain. So... This is what we got so far. So we got Desert Ruins Ring Battle in S. In A, we have Desert Ruins Run, Chemical Plant Ring Battle, Green Hill Ring Battle, Frozen Factory Hunt, Green Hill Run 2, Chemical Plant Survival. B, we have Green Hill Run 3, Green Hill Run, Chemical Plant Run 2, Green Hill Team, Chemical Plant Run, Green Hill Survival, Frozen Factory Run, and Frozen Factory Survival 1. C, we have Frozen Factory Ring Battle, Chemical Plant Run 3, Frozen Factory Run 2, and Green Hill Hunt. And then in D, for desync, we have Chemical Plant Hunt. Should all target people who play Zap. You know, I'm not putting that motion into place, but if you want, you know, go for it. Yeah, yeah. Again, I don't endorse it. I do not endorse it. Alright, so here's the plan. Let's see, hold on, let me... Okay. So far we've ranked 20 stages. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna go ahead and rank all of Lava Mountain stages, and then after that we'll put a pause on the tier list until the next stream, because it is getting really close to midnight and my room is burning up. It is getting really hot in here. So I think I might just wrap up the stream with this tier list going through Lava Mountain, and we'll call it a night. So let's go ahead and hop into Lava Mountain Run 1. I don't have the strength in me to finish the tier list. I'm sorry. I am already running on low sleep already because of having to wake up early to help someone with something, so technically only running off of 3 hours of sleep right now. This one, I think, was either the third or fourth run stage that I've ever played when playing the closed beta. This one's a pretty strong contender, not gonna lie. We will finish it tomorrow. There's final line. But yeah, so this one's pretty... I like this one. I like the little, like, the startup that it has. It goes into a little bit of a... I don't know. It's got layers, man. It's got layers. There's so many layers to this stage. I do wish this bit was a little bit better, though. Like, that's like the only part of the stage that really sucks. Then you get past this part, and then you come across this. A lot of people go for the middle cannon, but if you do this, you just get an instant shot out of the cannon. And then through the bomb field, and we've done it. Lava Mountain Run 1 is a good stage. I do like it. I like it more than Chemical Plant Run 2. Well, I think we've been streaming for about, or at least we've been doing a tier list for about an hour now. About an hour and 30 minutes now. I don't know. Alright, now, moving on to the trash. Alright, Lava Mountain Run 2. This stage... Man, this stage could be better. This stage is a good idea, but, like, playing with other people, this stage is atrocious. Because what will happen is 9 out of 10 chances when you get to this part and everyone's gotten the item box, you are likely going to have so many people that will go ahead and use the red star item. And then on top of that, you have this part, right? You have this part with the spike balls, and it doesn't matter if you have a shield to protect you from it. The shield will instantly break and you'll still get hit by the spiked ball, which in my opinion is really unfair, but you know, I'm the opinion police. And then if that weren't worse enough, you've got these stupid chicken idiots. These stupid chicken robots that shoot eggs and do nothing but shoot eggs. It's a lot worse doing this in an actual match. And then, if you thought matters were worse, you've got the log jumping from Sonic the Hedgehog Game Gear games. Like, how much worse could this stage possibly get? It's almost as if it's tied to Zavik in some way. Which it is, because Zavik's world is Lava Mountain. This is Zavik's domain. But yeah, it's definitely a C tier. I'll put it above Chemical Plant Run 3. Because I would much rather play Lava Mountain Run 2 than Frozen Factory Run 2. See, I would, but like, Lava Mountain Ring Battle is really fun, so like, I can't put that there. Which, speaking of, we are on the Ring Battle for Lava Mountain. Ring Battle 1, that is. This one is fun. This one's the, like, I think I got this one more in the closed beta than I did Chemical Plant. Frozen Factory Run 2 is abysmal. I will never like that stage. But yeah, so this stage is pretty fun. You know, you've got a timed amount of... You got a timer for how much you can hit these gold blocks for rings. Lava's rising. This makes me want Perfect Chaos Ring Battle even more. Because what you could do is you could have Perfect Chaos in the center, like the volcano is here, and everything around it is water. And then when you make it to the top, he could be like right there. You just have a little Perfect Chaos hangout session. It's like, how's it going, man? And then he can hit you with his flame breath, and you lose all your rings instantly. Like every single one of them. It doesn't matter if you're at 5,000. 5,000 rings gone. Alright? I want this game to be loaded with adventure references. But no, okay, so this stage, in all seriousness, is pretty fun. I do like Lava Mountain Ring Battle. Do I like it more than Chemical Plant Ring Battle? I don't know. I don't know. That part can get pretty chaotic with real players in it. You just gotta be very weary of where the items are spawning and how close you are in the vicinity with other players. So what are we thinking? Where are we thinking this? A tier is worst in my opinion. I mean, it is up there. I would say it is up there. It is definitely in the A tier. I think it's a well thought out level. But would you say that you like it more than Green Hill Ring Battle? No, we played with Denny the other day. I kind of... kind of like Frozen Factory Hunt more than Lava Mountain Ring Battle. Yeah, I'm sorry. The Zavik ties that he has with Lava Mountain is really faltering how much I like Lava Mountain. So, like, unfortunately, the DaveAce clause has to come into place here, and Frozen Factory Hunt just wins. I don't make the rules. Don't make the rules. Moving on to Lava Ring Battle 2. I can't remember when the Gothic Gaming stream was. It was about a week ago or so. It's the state that Zavik is the worst thing ever. Like, there's nothing worse or that could be worse than Zavik. Because Zavik exists. I like Lava 2, but I don't know if I like it more than the first one, honestly. I don't think I like this more than the first. Like, this one, like, really reminds me of Grand Metropolis from Sonic Heroes, with how the lava's rising and, like, you're going up on springs and whatnot, like, trying to make it to the top. You know, very similar situation with the first one. But this one's in like a contained area. So like, I don't know. I think I still prefer Lava Ring Battle 1 over this one because I don't know. I don't really like this one that much. The Flames of Disaster. I think we can just all collectively agree that Zavik's ruined everything that he's been in just because his face is there. Like, why was he in Team Sonic Racing? Like, can we please, like, just talk about that for a second? Why Team Sonic Racing? Oh, man. Go with this one. I don't know, because she had, I mean, in the stream, she had, like, when we ended, I was at, like, 4,700 something, and, Yura was at, like, 4,800 800 or so, somewhere around there. And then Denny was like at 8,000 something. So like I don't know what she did there to boost her rings that much. But she definitely had double than what I had. Personally for me, I'm thinking she definitely locked in. I'm thinking like I like this more than Frozen Factory Run and Frozen Factory Survival. Don't know if I like it more. Well, maybe a little bit more than Green Hills Survival. You know, this music is from Sonic 06, and I think over the weekend I'm gonna stream Sonic 06. That's what I'm gonna do. Play some Sonic 06. But that tangent aside, yeah, I think Ring Battle is definitely in B tier. I'm gonna put it again, like right here, before Green Hill Survival, Frozen Factory Run, and Frozen Factory Survival. Speaking of survivals, this one's not that great. This is probably, well, hold on, let me. No, yeah, this one's probably my least favorite survival stage. It might be accompanied by something here. This one is just like, I can see how it could be chaotic in a global launch environment. Like, I do think this stage is going to be infamously more like chaotic with a lot more real players here, but like this is literally all you do. Like, maybe the off chance of that one, like, coming off to me, but this is literally what you do. The entire time. That's all you do. Ta-da! That was it. That's Lava Mountain Survival. Yeah, the rings are important, but like, what's the point of just like risking yourself getting eliminated if you can just stick around the edge and not, you know? If you're able to survive the survival stage, then, you know, you can make up for it in the ring battle. You don't really have to put that much effort into the second half of it. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's got a good concept for it, but there's not, like, I don't know what it's missing, because like, it's like, you know, you could go in and attack the bombs, for sure. You could 100% go in and try to get people out with the bombs and whatnot, but you're putting yourself at a higher risk factor of getting yourself eliminated if the opportunity of just hanging around the edge exists. So, like, there has to be something that can prevent people from doing that. And so far, they've not done that. I don't know why. I mean, it'll definitely change up when global launch happens. Like, I can 100% see that stage becoming more chaotic when global launch comes out. But when you're in a position where you can just hang out on the edge while everyone else takes care of the heavy work, then what's the point? You know? At least it doesn't have desync, you know? I'll put it above Green Hill Hunt. But at least it doesn't have desync. At least not from what I remember. And that is also another thing where you could easily get yourself eliminated by homing attacking and then accidentally falling in lava. They could shrink the stage, maybe even have it to where like some of the bombs like explode the platforms and have the ground under you like start to fall and stuff like that. They could definitely do something like that, or maybe like expand the lava in certain areas. I don't know. There has to be something put into place to stop people from camping the edges, because that's definitely where majority of the strategy or the meta I think will end up likely being. You'll, especially in a real match, if they are still able to camp the edge and keep themselves safe, then that gives them the opportunity, because if they maintain control, if someone is able to maintain control and keep bombs knocking back from them and back towards everyone else, you put yourself in a really risky situation. So I don't know. But that's just how my thought process is going. So now we have the last lava mountain stage here. Which, again, is nothing too special. It really, like, it feels like it's Lava Mountain Run 2, but with teams. Which it pretty much is. I like this idea though, like being able to race as a team to see who can get, like, this is a lot like the Sky Sanctuary team, and I think there's another team stage that's similar. Nope. You run into this issue of guessing the plat. I do wish that the platforms with question marks kind of gave off a little bit of a hint of which one to go for. Like, I get why, like, there's a reward system for choosing the wrong one where you get a lot of rings for, like, not choosing the right one, but I do kind of wish that something gave a little bit of a sign. But yeah, you just do a bunch of platforming, then you get to this bit right here with the annoying chicken robots, and they become even more annoying because they do a spurt of the eggs as opposed to just one, or just a one charge one right there. And then there's the spot is built. That big egg really looked like a Billy Hatcher egg. Dude, if Billy Hatcher doesn't get in this game... Oh my god. Is Blue gonna win? See if one of the blue bots are smart enough to go through. How about that? Team stages aren't bad. They just need a little bit more work. What's up, CH? How's it going? Alright, so Lava Mountain team. Alright. Close out of this, since this is going to be the last one to go up on the tier list for now. I saw someone suggest in C. Wrong. Pinball Carnival is actually, all of them are S tiers. How about that? Boom, shakalaka. I am gonna have a little bit of a bias towards Pinball Carnival. I'm sorry. I don't think they're definitely not S tier, but I am gonna have a little bit of a bias when we get to these stages, just because I like the theme park designs. But Lava Mountain Team, it is one of the more bearable team stages. So I'll put it right next to Green Hill Team. Alright. So, just do a little recap. I do like Pinball Carnival Ring Battle. I am that guy. So just a little recap here. We have, in S rank, the only stage ever to get S rank so far, Desert Ruins Ring Battle, which makes sense. Perfect stage, nothing's wrong with it. Keep it the same, make more stages like it. In A rank, we have Desert Ruins Run, Chemical Plant Ring Battle, Green Hill Ring Battle, Frozen Factory Hunt, Lava Mountain Ring Battle, Green Hill Run 2, Chemical Plant Survival. In B, we have Green Hill Run 3, Green Hill Run, Lava Mountain Run, Chemical Plant Run 2, Green Hill Team, Lava Mountain Team, Chemical Plant Run, Lava Mountain Ring Battle 2, Green Hill Survival, Frozen Factory Run, Frozen Factory Survival. C, Frozen Factory Ring Battle, Lava Mountain Run 2, Chemical Plant Run 3, Frozen Factory Run 2, Lava Mountain Survival, and Green Hill Hunt. And then D, the only one here, because of desync, mostly, is Chemical Plant Hunt. But I'm sure this is not going to be the only stage here, as of right now. And then, obviously, the worst of the worst is Zavik, because nothing is worse than Zavik. You know, Zavik is the bottom of the barrel. Zavik is nothing more than a freeloading Diet Bowser lookalike that wants to do nothing but just hang around because he's evil or whatever. And that's the tier list so far. What's wrong with Zavik? He's just Zavik. Like, there's I don't know. He's stupid. He's a stupid character. He was literally made, the Deadly Six were made to appeal to Nintendo fans, and then they just kept them around. They don't even fit in the song. Like, I think I was talking to Dylan about this. I'll do a little tangent before I go to bed. I was talking to Dylan about this, and like, I think he came across this concept that someone came up with where like the Deadly Six are like spawns of Dark Gaia. Like if they someone drew fan art of the Deadly Six if they were like Gaia monsters, and like if they had introduced the Deadly Six as Gaia monsters, like in the same like design range of like Unleashed monsters, I think they would be better. Like that's so much of a better idea. Like I think that's so much of a better idea. Just spawns of Dark Gaia. That's it. Just make them Dark Gaia spawns. I'll have to see if... Well, actually, you know what? Here, let me find that real quick. I'm sure that someone's gotten that picture. Can I find them? Oh, is this it? I think this is it. Might not be. Let me just search up something real quick. Discord, where are you? Oh, crash. Okay, well, this isn't the one that Dylan found, but this redesign is pretty sick. This is done by not VEP, I think. I love doing Cortex impression. I will voice Dr. Neo Cortex one day, mark my words. But this person kind of redesigned them to look more like, I guess, Gaia creatures. And like, Omnom? Dude, that is such a sick design. But like, yeah, no. These designs? Please. These look more like Sonic characters than the Deadly Six themselves. He does look like a Pokemon now that you say that. But I appreciate the redesign. I'll have to see if I can find the redesigns that Dylan found, because those were pretty interesting. But, alright. I guess this is where we shall part, my friends. So yeah. We're going to, just to answer your question, Nye, before I do, tag off. I am going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to try and get a Rumblecast up tomorrow, and during the Rumblecast, we will be doing our 500 Red Star code, Red Star Ring code giveaway. So if you want to participate in that, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to have access to the game, again, to win one of those codes. The codes expire May 31st. The game launches on May 8th. So if you win it and you don't have access to the game at the moment, you'll be able to redeem it whenever you are able to play the game on May 8th. So yeah, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. It was a fun time. It was a blast. I'm glad that I finally was able to get a stream going where I worked on the tier list a little bit here. I'll have to get back to you on that, Nye. The friends list thing, because even though it says my friends list isn't full, someone was trying to send me a friend request the other day and it just wasn't going through at all. So, I don't know. I'll have to look into that, because last I checked, it wasn't full, but they tried sending a friend request and it just wasn't going through at all. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.